Hi, welcome back to another video. If you're new to watching my videos, I'll just give you a bit of a recap. We're a family of 5, my partner, myself and our 3 children, and we have 3 pets. We live in Australia, and this year we're really knuckling down to try and pay down our debt. You'll see, if you have seen our first video, you know one of the reasons for this was because we were rejected for a loan. Well, not rejected, they told us don't even bother putting in an application because our debt was just too high and our incomes were not enough. So if that's sort of something that interests you, watching people's budgeting journeys, please hit the subscribe button to join us on our journey this year. If you watched my last video I put up, I was speaking about paying off one of our credit cards because we had some extra money come in that we weren't expecting. We were paid rent from our investment property, which I hadn't accounted for. So I wasn't quite sure what to do with that extra money. And we also had money sitting in our mortgage redraw account. Now, just to touch on that, we ended up only, I'll grab the page here. We ended up only using, just zoom in a bit for you. If you can see, it's quite dark, that purple. I only put the rent amount to that credit card because in between that video and now, my partner's actually got a new job. So it's an exciting time, but also a little bit of a scary time because he's going to be going from getting paid weekly currently. In this new role, he'll be getting paid fortnightly or bi-weekly. And unfortunately, the week he starts is the payroll week. So he will have to work 2 weeks with no pay. So I've had to go, I guess, forward now and relook at our February budget to make sure that we can make those 2 weeks work without his income. As you would also know, if you watched that previous video, we were getting really close to our end of month with our budget. So I have, sorry, it's wobbly, since closed out our budget. It was a little bit messy, so I don't really want to get too much into the detail of it because of how messy all of these are. I started off when I first did it and I knew straight away, like 3 days into it, I was like, that was a bad decision, but I was already sort of too far in to change it. I had the bank accounts and the cash combined. Moving into February, I'm going to separate those out because I was just a bit nervous about how many pages we were going to use in the expense tracker, but we only ended up using 3.5. So there was still 2 spare. So now I feel a bit more comfortable having separate ones that I know what a sort of standard month looks like for us. But I'm not very, I'm a bit slack with the tracking. So I'm not sure. I did come up with a few different amounts when I added things up. I think I need to like separate our income a bit better with what's wages, what's rent, and what are other things, because that kind of threw me out a bit. And that's why none of these have like an end balance, because some are cash, some are accounts, and there's 2 different accounts. So it was just too messy to manage. I since have gotten rid of using one of the accounts because it was just too much to track, like tracking over 3 things. It was really hard to do that mentally. So one of the things I thought we could have a look at though from balancing it out was just to see where did we end up with our debt payoff for the month. Whoops. And as you'll see here, we did a lot of extra debt payments. So even though we didn't get that credit card paid off, it's down under $1,000 now. We're just going to keep plodding along with it, and we'll revisit that at the end of February to see maybe do we use that redraw to fully knock it on the head and get rid of it, or, you know, just keep going along with it. So that's really exciting. And if you watched my debt confession video, you'll see that originally, back when we got the vehicle loans and where the credit cards were at initially, we had just over $70,000 worth of debt just with those 4 things. And so now where we've balanced for the end of this month is just under 23,000. So that's really exciting. It's coming down lower and lower, as I guess it does naturally every month. But I just, again, I know I say this every video, but in the past, we've never been able to put that sort of money to the credit cards extra. So it's just amazing to me. Then we'll also have a look quickly at this one. Now, I don't know if these might seem high to you, what we've got here, but to me it didn't. I wasn't too, I was quite happy with the food one where that came in, because we've got 2 in nappies and food covers, pet food, like toilet paper, paper towel, cleaning products, and we went away twice on holidays in January, so that food is groceries and eating out. So I was quite happy with where that ended, considering that this month budget for us was a 5-week budget. I'm not too unhappy about that. We do make we cook most of our meals at home during the week. We don't go out much. So, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on low cost meal ideas, just to give me some more ideas of things that we can make to help reduce that down further. But obviously we've got the kids, so we can't just live on like rice and beans all the time, because that wouldn't go down well with them. So the car and caravan one was a little bit higher. That's because we did have a service done on one of our cars, so we had to buy some parts for that. But my partner's father is a mechanic, so he did the labour for free. Fun and gifts, that again, we went away twice in the month, so probably a bit higher with what we were spending on fun. The kids, that's just the childcare costs, so that's nothing really extra gone in there. That is just what it is, you know, for them to be going to childcare and school, etc. Medical was a bit higher. We had we had a doctor's visit this month, needed some medicine from the pharmacy, and there was that big doctor bill that I had to pay for when we went to the hospital one evening. So, but we actually had some money come back in to rebate us from Australia in Medicare. You get a rebate back. So that actually came in this morning, which I wasn't expecting. So that's nice. It will help just like push over, give us a little bit more extra for the rollover at the end of this week, you know, to help cover those 2 weeks in the coming future. Home maintenance again is 0, but I have been told that we need light globes and a few other things, so I think that we'll see if we've got money for it this month. If not, it'll be next month. We'll probably be spending some money on there, because one of the lights in the kitchen has blown, and usually when one goes, all the rest are very quick to follow. So you might hear the baby in the background. He's awake and just having a bit of a whinge. Utilities, that's just home, like the phones, the internet, but I'm going to be rolling the mortgage over to utilities, because I guess utilities is anything to keep the household sort of going, and if we don't pay the mortgage, we don't have a house. So just all standard things. Personal, actually I think our phones are impersonal, and things just like beauty, or if we needed clothing or things like that, that just comes under personal. It's a very broad category. Insurance, that's the car insurances, the house insurance is the rental property insurance as well. Debt, so that's all the extra debt payments and the minimum ones. I had the separate one for mortgage, but I wanted to just get rid of the purple because it's just so dark. So that's why I'm rolling it into utilities. And I might, you see all the rest are pretty standard. I'll probably leave it here for now so you can hear that baby. He is not happy, so I think he probably wants some more milk or something, or maybe he's made a mess in his nappy. But I just wanted to, tell you what I ended up doing with that credit card. I really appreciate everyone's comments, and if it wasn't for the job change, I probably would have paid it off and used that redraw amount, because it just sits there otherwise, not serving any purpose. So rather than it just sitting there, we might as well use it for a purpose. So watch this space with how we're going to go this month in February to cover those 2 weeks with no pay. I'm a little bit nervous, but kind of excited to see, you know, if we can make it work with the way we're budgeting now. And give me any suggestions if you've got any other YouTube videos that I could go look at for low-cost meal ideas for families. I would really appreciate that as well. I want to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed. Thank you anytime you comment. It just really makes my day. I love connecting with everyone on here. And we'll leave it at that. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye.